our sponsors before we get to our coin toss, brought to you by State Bank and Trust Company. Where did we leave off? We left off right here. So we go to Ortho LA, putting orthopedic sports medicine, offering a wide range of specialty orthopedic services. Ashley Barrios, State Farm, your local State Farm agent. Rev, the official internet provider for KLB Streaming. South Lafourche Bank, your true hometown bank since 1967. PMC Insurance, specializing in home, auto, and much more. Advanced Eye Institute, make the right call. Get your eyes checked by Dr. Darby Chasson. Ontario Dewey Ontario, we make insurance easy since 1957.
A lot of sponsors. Good to hear that.
Love to hear it. We're going to pause for the invocation.
Tonight's coin toss is really created by TJ and angelic design by Josh Hunt. Tonight, the South Lafourche Tarpons are honored to welcome someone truly special to midfield for coin toss, a young man who represents the heart, strength, and resilience of this entire community. Please help me welcome Lieutenant Lee, our team pick. A proud veteran whose definition is courageous.
All right, gentlemen, I'm Mr. Collins. I'm the referee tonight. Mr. Smith is the umpire. Listen to our instructions of the crew. Let's have a good, clean game. You're the visiting team. Here's my coin. That is heads, and that is tails. That is heads, that is tails. What is your call?
Heads.
He calls heads. It is. What do you got? You want to?
There you have it. Rebels won the toss and deferred.
South Lafourche gets the ball first. That is our coin toss, brought to you by State Bank and Trust Company. Tarpons will, for the second straight game, get the ball first. Look to do some damage.
Set the tone first.
Let's go ahead and pause for the playing of the national anthem and probably a pregame prayer here from South Lafourche Memorial Stadium.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to be here on this beautiful evening. We ask that you protect everyone participating in tonight's event. Allow our athletes, coaches, and fans to be true examples of sportsmanship. Please lead, guide, and direct our first responders and our military members. We ask that you strengthen and bless all those affected by cancer. Thank you for all that you have blessed us with. Lastly, Father, we ask that you protect each one of us here as we travel home tonight. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please remain standing as we honor our American flag. The colors tonight are presented by the South Lafourche JROTC Tarpon Battalion Color Guard under the direction of Cadet Lieutenant Abigail Smith. She's accompanied by Cadet Command Sergeant Major Tiberius LeBlanc, Cadet Lieutenant Gerald Pete Pike, and Cadet Private First Class Saria Terrio. Our national anthem will be performed by the Pride of South Lafourche Marching Band, led by Director Randy Chasson. Please sing it loud and proud.
Let's go, baby. It's week 2. We are ready to rock and roll. The mood is high on campus. Everybody's fired up. And we'll be playing ball here in just a second. Tarpons will get it first, and it'll be a great opportunity for Dre Hughes. Dre said on Monday at Spars, he said, hey, I just got a feeling I'm about to take one to the house. He's come awfully close on several occasions.
He got the speed to do it. He just got to get a couple of good blocks. He could turn the corner.
Pearl River will be kicking from left to right. South Lafourche returning from right to left. Let's have fun here on this Friday night. Bear with me on the Pearl River roster. I only have a digital copy, so we'll make it work. We're firing away, kicking it off to Jarvis at the 15. Jarvis trying to bounce outside. He's stacked up and dropped at the 28, and that's where South Lafourche will start it. The kicker was number 80. That is Joseph Vitarelli. So Mack will lead the troops out. The ball will be on the right hash as we get things started on the first snap. Here comes the Tarpons in there. All blue home unis. Blue tops, blue pants, white hats. Pearl River in the all white with the red, shiny red hats. Tarpons will be in the gun. Mack waiting on the snap. Throw it to the sideline to Hughes. Hughes stacked up across the 30. Short gain, picked up about 3 or 4. A little short first down pass, getting Hughes involved.
I'm sure one of the things that obviously week to week is going to be getting the ball in your hands of your playmakers. Speed guy like Dre Hughes, get on the ball, make a guy miss, and he could definitely go.
We'll see if that'll be a big point of emphasis today. It'll be second down. Mack throws it to the sidelines. Petrie gets some blockers in front across the 40 and dropped at the 47. That is a Golden Motors first down. And the Tarpons get Terrence Petrie involved. That's usually not a bad place for the ball to go.
Absolutely not. It looked like one of those things, old school coaches, same thing, up opposite side.
So the Tarpons already approaching plus territory. The first drive of the game, Mack waiting on the snap. Looking to throw, little sharp one to Jarvis across midfield. Gets to the 48, so 3 straight little hooks, little curls. And 3 straight completions for Mack. That was a gain of about 4.5.
I'm sure Coach Young has seen something, a lot of stuff on film. They could possibly get away with that if they're able to get the short passes early. Again, like you said, point of emphasis might be something early and often.
Second down and a long 5. Mack again dropping back. Looking for it all this time. He's got Petrie. Just overshot him. That is 6 points. If that ball is on the money. T got behind the defense, and that one is one that Josh Mack would like to have back.
Bait. Got him. Just, man, not enough bull on that ball.
We'll see if they can maybe connect there. It is a good sign, however, that the Tarpons got behind the defense that time. But it brings up a big third down and 5 with 10:34 to go in the opening quarter. Haven Green checking into the game. Haven was open a lot against Thibodaux. Just had a couple of balls ricochet off of his hands. Couldn't quite bring one in. Let's see if he could find an open space here. Mack will hand it to Dardar. He's got a first down easily across the 40. Driving to the 27. Kind of like what we talked about in the pregame, Brett. All that talk of Pearl River's run game. Meathead busts one for 20 right there and another Golden Motors first down.
Great push by the offensive line by the Tarpons. Great push. Meathead didn't have first contact till about 6 yards down the field. That's what you want. That makes the day a lot easier.
10-15 and counting in the opening quarter. South Lafourche trying to get on the board first. They are just outside of the Joe Septic red zone. Hughes in motion. It's a little handoff to Dre, trying to turn the corner. He's got space. Hughes showing that 4.4 speed. He gets into the red zone, tripped up at the 18-yard line. So it's a gain of about, 7-8 yards, and the Tarpons staying ahead of the chains.
It's still very early, but I like what I see from the offensive lineman from the Tarpons. Even in pass pro, these few last couple of runs, a lot of push on the Tarpons.
Second down and short, about 3 to go. Strong side of the field to the left. Mack and Meathead in the gun. They handed to Meathead. Big hole again. Tripped up short of the first down. Good job by the linebackers closing that hole. And it'll bring up 3rd and short. I'll tell you this. For those who watched the Thibodaux game, short yardage was not the strength of South Lafourche last Friday. So we'll see if right here they could get a little bit of a better surge. They're going to stay in the gun. There's a big old cushion in the slot on Jarvis and Petrie, frankly. And they're going to look to throw a flag on the play. Offsides is the initial signal, which would be a Golden Motors first down.
That's a free look that I'm sure Coach Young appreciated right there. A lot of Pearl River Rebels in the box trying to stop the run.
And look, to what you were saying, Brett, that was going to be a free first down. They were playing a 10-yard cushion on Terrence on 3rd and 1. Mack was about to take the snap and just throw it to Terrence, and hey, just run it however far you can.
Yeah, you playing zero man right there. That's Tarpon's advantage all day long.
Now it's first down from the 12. Meathead trying to bounce outside, still on his feet. Will get around the 10-yard line. Boy, it didn't feel like he was going to get anything there. Just kept chugging along.
Little pushing and shoving, nothing too egregious. Let's hope that doesn't get any worse going forward.
In the Joe Septic red zone, where we handle the dirty work so they could score. 2nd down and 8. A lot of bodies in that box. I think the Tarpons might have to throw this one in. Let's see if BJ agrees with me. They are trying to throw it. Mack shoots it down the seam. Wide open is Jarvis. Jarvis is into the end zone, I think. They're going to mark him down at the 1. He's got a first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1. But, boy, I thought Jarvis got in. He's at about the foot line.
Jarvis's entire body was in the end zone except for the ball.
But South Lafourche will take it. 1st and goal from about the inch line. And I think this will be a tush push and a Josh Mack touchdown. Let's see. There's the snap. And I think he's in. Oh, yeah, he's in. That's a South Lafourche touchdown. Straight down the field for 6. And that is just what the doctor ordered for Big Blue after last week.
That is exactly how you want to start the game. Get the opening kickoff. You march down the field. You have 1 incompletion. You run the ball with authority. Once you get to the plus side of 50, and then you stuff it in for a touchdown. This was a fantastic opening drive by the Tarpons. Beautiful play calling by Coach Young as well.
Serrano will be on to kick the extra point. Snap is there. Kick is up. It looks right down the middle, and it is right down the middle. The Tarpons got 7 on the board. We'll be back in 1 minute with Big Blue up by a score here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. High School, the Tarpons go straight down the field. And frankly, they carved them up. That was a very nice drive. Tarpon's going to look to try to build on that. There's Serrano's kick. Ooh, putting his leg into that one. Caught at the 8-yard line. See if the Tarpons go chase him down. Working up the field. They will stack him up at about the 26-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10.
Some great kicking by Serrano.
Serrano's a good player.
That extra point went a mile. I haven't seen that. No offense to anybody. I haven't seen that in a while.
I can tell you, bro, and like you said earlier, it might be a jinx now. That's not something that they really worry about too much this year. Serrano's a very steady kicker, and he's done a really good job.
That could definitely help out with some 25, 30-yard field goals in the red zone.
So we've got, let's see, that is Gage Durand at quarterback.
No, that's Hutchinson at quarterback.
All right, Hutchinson at quarterback and Durand at tailback. Good job, Brett. We have a flag on the first snap and a false start, I think, on the slot receiver. Moved a little early.
Ladies and gentlemen listening, get ready for those 2 names a lot tonight.
Yep.
Those are the 2 bell cows for Pearl River. Like I said earlier in the pregame, if you was listening, when one's going to get tired, the other one's going to get the ball.
And Durand is a small guy, 6'3", 240.
Sounds like Darren Sproles.
1st and 15 up against the Sticks. There's a snap, high snap. They'll throw it out to the sidelines. Caught. Can the Tarpons rally? Got to make a man miss. Near the first down, Sticks getting a first down to the 43-yard line is number 8, Keisher. So Pearl River gets the penalty yardage and some. They get a first down on first down.
Yeah, something very small on that one play. Usually in the past, we would try and go and attack the ball carrier head for head. We had our defensive back sliding his feet, trying not to get beat. That's something I like seeing. Don't get beat, get back in the huddle.
1st and 10 for Pearl River. Strong side of the field to the right. They're going to be in a pistol. Durand will be in the backfield with Hutchinson. Got to watch those snaps. That last one was a little almost wayward. Better one that time. It's a little toss to the left side. Tarpons are all over it, but the big boy's dragging defenders. He picks up about 3.
Great push by the Tarpons. Reading that buck sweep very quick. School of Tarpons, Casey.
Yep.
School of Tarpons all night.
It's a good call as they were flying to the ball. They actually mark it back to the 46 as a gain of just 2. 6:28 and counting. We're going to have likely one more play and then our heat and humidity timeout. Hutchinson waiting on the snap. 2 receivers to the right side of the formation. Inside handoff off left tackle. The Tarpons are rallying. Big boy driving forward, gets across the 50. And it'll be the heat and humidity break. So we'll be back in 1 minute. Heat and humidity timeout. We'll take a break with them. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Nothing there on the sweep play. South Lafourche all over it. Resdue stops it. Decision time coming up for Pearl River. That was a stop for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation.
Fantastic pursuit by Resdue. No second guessing himself. He went straight to the ball carrier, brought him down. That's one thing. One-on-one tackles, we got to win that battle. We got that one.
Huge play here for Pearl River. 4th and 4. If the Tarpons get a stop here, they're going to get great field position. The ball's at midfield. Are they going to snap this thing? They will. Inside handoff. I don't think he got it. I think he got to the 47. I don't think he got it. I think South Lafourche got off the field. Mike Woods is going crazy down there with his defense. Big Blue gets off the field. That's a big stop, Brett.
Oh, that's a huge, huge momentum turner. And look, I say momentum turner. We got the momentum. We up 7-0. But right there, that tells your defense you can hang with these guys. You can play hat for hat and beat them any given play. As my lovely wife would say, that was a big 4th down.
1st and 10 for South Lafourche at the 47-yard line after the big stop. Mack gets the snap. Throws it down the field for Hughes, diving, and he just couldn't quite come up with it. And Dre on the turf, hopefully he's okay. I think that might be more of a, I'm mad I didn't catch it. No, he does look a little dinged.
Full layout on that dive, maybe he cut his bread a little bit.
Great effort. Dre will take a breather. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Mack had to put a lot of arm on that. Pearl River line got a huge push on the Tarpons right there. Pressuring. All 4 guys were in Mack's face right there.
Mack. And it'll be, I think, a false start. I think the right tackle, that's a good call by the official. The right tackle for South Lafourche moved a little early.
Now, Casey, maybe you can enlighten me. This is something I couldn't research. I don't know how many penalties we had last week, offense and defense-wise. I know we had a bunch on defense. We had some on offense as well. I don't know the stats and the totals. But one thing I did hear when y'all was doing your pregame at the country club, Pearl River had 1 penalty.
One penalty.
That is a huge advantage if you can stay behind the sticks.
Yep, they're not going to shoot themselves in the foot. Tarpon's got to follow suit. Everybody on the line of scrimmage for this 2nd and 15. The blitz come. Mack gets it out. Caught by Petrie. So he gets across the that's Jarvis rather on the grab. Across the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and 8. And the recipe for Pearl River defensively is very simple. They are challenging the Tarpon receivers. It's putting everybody in the box saying, hey, if you could beat us one-on-one, good luck and go ahead.
So far, so good for the Tarpons. And look, give credit to Josh Mack. He got pressure in his face, and he's throwing dimes out there still.
3rd and 8. Mack, straight drop, shoots it down the middle, caught by Green. Golden Motors first down, in more to the 28-yard line. Haven Green, big pitch and catch.
Great footwork by Mack in the pocket, shuffling up in the pocket. Looked like Drew Brees for a second. I got a tingle whenever I saw that.
That was nice. 4:26 to go in the opening quarter. The Tarpons are on the ball again.
Not to change the subject, but I miss Drew Brees a lot.
I guess so. After watching Spencer Rattler for the last couple years, Carr, I guess so. Tarpons with a stacked receiver bunch on the left side. They'll give it to Dardar. Big gain. Driving forward across the 20. Another Golden Motors first down. Down to the 16-yard line. Big push from that offensive line. Meathead doing what Meathead does. Move the chains.
And that's one thing I love about Meathead. He reminds me, again, old school 90s running back. No left and right. I'm going north and south, and I'm going to break the tackles. I'm going to show you I'm more physical than you. You can't bring me down. Been like that since he's a kid. Never changed. Got to love it.
Into the Joe Septic red zone. South Lafourche trying to get a second straight score. Trips to the left side of the formation. Mack, straight drop. Throws it a little slant, incomplete. The Tarpons wanted a flag. They're not going to get it. It was intended for Brock Ogel. Maybe a little early contact, but the officials disagreed.
I guess it's like basketball. There's no such thing as over the back anymore. Very intriguing by Pearl River. All 11 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
That you're right. If the Tarpons could beat them deep, they have everyone on the ball.
Again, everybody up. One corner playing soft. Giving the respect to Dre on the opposite side, on the short side of the field.
Just daring the Tarpons to try to take the top off of it. Instead, Meathead will run and be stacked up. I think he maybe got to the line of scrimmage. Good play by the Pearl River defense that time. Looked like maybe number 40 on the stop. We'll shout out his name. That would be Mr. Peyton Pinton.
And Pearl River fans, we apologize. We trying to look at papers on pictures, trying to call these guys out.
Tarpons try the hard count. They don't flinch. 3 minutes exactly to go in the opening quarter. Petrie in the slot. We know that's where they like to go on third down. Mack. Flushed out. Throws it down the middle to Petrie. Guess what? Guess who? He's open again. It's a Tarpon touchdown. Terrence Petrie.
Death, taxes, and Terrence Pete scoring a touchdown. 3 things certain in life.
I just don't know how in that situation, 3rd and 11, you have him man-to-man. You're going to lose that fight almost every time. The Tarpons will take it. It's a second straight touchdown drive. That time, Mack to Petrie.
And another shout-out to Josh Mack. He threw that ball almost like willy-nilly over his head.
Serrano's extra point is wobbly, and it is no good. Wide left. There was a little bit of an issue there on the exchange. So the Tarpons will go ahead and take the 13-0 lead. We've got another kickoff and a defensive possession for Big Blue after this timeout. We'll be right back in a minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. So kick it away. Pearl River catches around the 10, working up the field. Has a little seam. Bursting through, still making men miss. He'll be stacked up near midfield. Good open field tackle, actually by Andravian Hughes. The return man that time for Pearl River, number 15. We will give that boy his love and his props. That was number 15, Ryan Dean on the return for the Rebels. And a good open field, perhaps touchdown saving tackle from Dre.
Absolutely.
So we'll see if that could ignite Pearl River a little bit. Getting good field position. They've dug themselves an early hole. It's their usual fleet, Hutchinson and Duran in the gun. Little off left tackle run. Tarpons rallying to the ball. Duran falling forward at about the 45, gain of 5. We'll give him 6 to the 44, so a good first down gain there for Gage Durand.
Almost looks like a wing T offense out the shotgun.
Trips to the left. Hutchinson gets the snap, hands it to Durant, almost the same play, and he'll get about the same result. Pick up about 5, and we'll get a first down. It's about the 39.
Tackle from behind, number 16, Isaiah Duncan.
Duncan on the stop for South Lafourche. See if the Tarpons can do the old bend but don't break here.
Right. Big thing, last 2 plays, Pearl River's pulling both guards on the same play running. Key is linebackers got to notice that quick and realize we got a wide run, we got to get to the outside. But not break containment, you don't want them to reverse field.
140 and counting in the opening quarter. Bunched up shotgun set. Strong side of the field to the left. They hand it to Duran. He's hit near the line. Tarpons are trying to drag him back. Boy, that boy is tough, man. He's getting hit near the line of scrimmage and just pumping his legs. The question I would have if I'm a Pearl River fan is, can he do that 35 times a game? Because he's going to need to tonight.
Well,
or I guess on the flip side, can the defense tackle him 35 times?
That's what I was getting ready to tell you. Can we tackle him 35 for 35?
2nd and 7 coming up. Some of those two-way guys are out there. Bo George is out there. Sawyer Wells was out there, had to come out for a play, but his helmet came off.
I know Pearl River's waiting. They're running the ball with Duran, Hutchinson's going to pull that ball, and he's going to go. And the thing about him, he's actually a little shifty.
Yep. So run with a different running back this time, and the Tarpons are all over it. That was a pretty much no gain. Big 70 for South Lafourche. Bo George just slung him down. It was 6 on the carry. Barrel. And they put him back right at the original line of scrimmage. Pearl River does not have to run a play if they don't want to. There's 15 seconds and counting. I would use this as a free timeout. Regroup before a big 3rd down. We'll see if they follow me. Clock down to 7 as they break the huddle.
More likely trying to get 5 yards for free.
Yep, they're going to just go to the break. We'll take it with them. 1 quarter down, 3 quarters to go. 13-0 South Lafourche. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Welcome back. We've got a critical 3rd down play coming up. Pearl River will be playing a 3rd and about 7. They are in plus territory. Figure you got 2 plays to get there at the 36-yard line. Hutchinson looking to throw. Steps up. Actually, it's quarterback draw. He's going to be slung down, but after he gets the first down. Good call, Brett. You've been waiting on it, and he does pick up the first down there.
Yeah, I really didn't notice this play. I really haven't been looking too much. I've been focused on the offensive lines. Does Coach Woods and Coach Young have a spy for Hutchinson? Having somebody like maybe a Rest Dewey that's going to keep an eye on him when he wants to pull the ball and decide to run. Can we keep him contained?
So a critical first down for the Rebels. And you figure they got to keep scoring, but the defense has been a little bit of a struggle for them in the early stages. Got big boy Duran back in there. He's taking a couple of snaps off. He's going to get it this time. Tarpon's going to stack him up right around the line of scrimmage. Not much that time. Big number 12 for South Lafourche, Joao Arujo on the stop.
You know, a runner like Duran, seeing him so early, you're not gonna pull him backwards. But good job by Joao making that first contact right at the line of scrimmage, getting him to slow down. And again, School of Tarpons, 2 more hats come in, pull him down. That's a big, big key.
2nd down and 9. Pearl River not in any hurry, and this was the MO. They want this to be a short game. 10:43 and counting in the 2nd quarter. Hutchinson waiting on the snap. Sending a man in motion. It'll be a little pop pass to the right side. Tarpons are rallying to the ball and will stack him up after about a 3-yard gain. That is Javante Rogers on the carry. It'll set up a 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, one of the things, the little bit of film I got to see on these guys. Last week, Hutchinson was 9 of 11 for 170-ish yards. I think a couple of those yards came from something simple like this. St. Martin's couldn't make tackles. I don't think throwing the ball deep is obviously their forte, but I don't think they're trying to get any kind of long plays.
3rd and 6. Hutchinson will keep it himself, trying to bounce outside, and he's going to get a big gain. 15, tripped up at the 11. Long, slow developing play, but he was able to get to the outside, turn the corner, and it is a first down for the Rebels.
Very good tandem. Again, those two guys, you got the north-south guy and you got the guy that can kind of go east-west. Obviously, Hutchinson being that east-west guy. Looked like the Tarpons had him contained for a second, maybe a 2-3 yard gain, and all of a sudden he turns it into, 10-plus yards.
They're just outside of the 10, so they're going to have the ability to get another first down. They're at about the 11. 9:30 and counting. Can the Tarpon defense stiffen up? They had their backs against the wall against Thibodeau a couple times, forced to turn over on downs. Durand with Hutchinson. Hutchinson waiting on the snap. It's going to be another quarterback run on the right side. The Tarpons are rallying and will trip him up after a gain of about 4. Tell you what, man, Hutchinson is so patient. It feels like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you not running? He's waiting for that hole to open up. Very patient runner.
Absolutely. If you're watching live and you saw that you could see exactly what Casey was talking about. He was waiting to see what hole he can just run through. He's quick enough that once he has enough space, he can pop right through that. Tarpons right here, I guarantee you, 4-down territory the rest of the way.
Second down, big Maryland eye set. Old school football here. They're going to give it to Durand. He's got a big surge, and I think he's got a first down, maybe more. He's in. He scored a touchdown. So they come with the Maryland eye, and they kind of beat up South Lafourche there on that play, and it'll be 13-6, pending the try. So Pearl River fights back.
Tarpon's not a good push up front right there. Maybe a little bit tired with the two-way guys playing, but a good push. But then also you got the Maryland eye. You got two fullbacks coming in, trying to bust up your linebackers. That's tough to stop, especially if you want to run the ball and you can run a Maryland eye like that. It's hard to stop.
Pearl River will attempt the extra point. That's our guy 80 again. We called him out on the first snap. That is Vitorelli. Snap is there, kick is up, and it is good. And Pearl River will shave 7 points off of the deficit. It's 13-7. The Tarpons will try to answer. We're midway through the second quarter. 8:31 to go in the half. We'll be right back in 1 minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. At the 15, working up the field. Waiting on his blockers. We stacked up at the 33, so Dre will get the Tarpons pretty good opening field position. And Big Blue will take over right there.
Will the Tarpons answer right here?
It's a big drive right here. You got a early 13-point lead. They answer and get a touchdown. Now it's time to muscle back.
Yeah, this is kind of where you kind of get you guys and you say, let's punch them in the mouth right there. Let's get them with their heads hanging down going into halftime.
Tarpons now going left to right. It'll be a handoff to Meathead. He'll give it to Dre. Back to Mack. Everybody's wide open. Mack will throw it down the field to Terrence, but he comes back and can't make the play. The timing was busted up, but man, oh man, if he could have just got a little more air under that one, they had them dead to rights, and it fell incomplete.
The exchange between Meathead and Dre had to kind of corral it over his helmet, and then I want to go back and look at this on the replay.
I think Dre could have ran.
Dre could have ran, yeah. But Terrence dove for the ball and tried to pop it up.
Yeah.
What a heads-up play.
2nd and 10, play action. They'll throw it in the flats to Jarvis. Jarvis riding some blockers to the outside. He'll get hit at the 41-yard line. It's a gain of about 6. So after the incompletion, a good positive play.
Terrence Pete can catch the ball. He can tackle the ball runner, and Terrence Pete can make pancakes.
Tell you what, they just marked Jarvis out of bounds way earlier than I thought,
oh, wow.
All the way to the 38-yard line, so it's 3rd and much longer. Got to get to the 44. You're at the 38, 3rd and about 6. Big play here. Mack gets the snap, shoots it down the seam to guess who? Petrie, wide open. Golden Motors first down. Might want to double him, Coach. Right down the seam. Golden Motors first down to the 46-yard line.
I don't know if we're having some clock issues. Obviously, the play clock hasn't been working all game, but the actual game clock hasn't ran since we come out of the kickoff.
So the Tarps will now be in plus territory. And how many times in the last 3 years have we seen on 3rd down South Lafourche pinpoint number 1 and number 1 deliver the goods. 1st and 10. Handed to Meathead. Driving across the 45. Good hole, as Brett said. Pickup of about 5.
It's funny, the game has evolved so much, but whenever you listen to any kind of analyst, pro, NFL, the game is as simple as run the football. If you can run the football, you will have success.
Tarpons will play a 2nd and 5 from the 42-yard line. Mack looking to the sidelines, will sling it out there to Dre. Dre riding the blockers inside the 35, diving to the 31. That's a gain of 11 and a Golden Motors first down. And that's a case where Pearl River just got to pick their poison. If they're going to keep playing 5-6 yards off the line of scrimmage, the Tarpons could do that almost every play, Brett.
Absolutely, and that's the beauty of BJ's offense. These guys have to know multiple options. So if they playing up, they're going to run some pass patterns. If they're playing back, they're going to just dink and dunk these swing passes. It's basically an extension of the run game, getting the ball out quick to your athlete and let them run.
Scoreboard update brought to you by Patriot Marine Services. Ellender trailing Terrebonne 28-0, still in the first quarter. Terrebonne's pretty good, y'all.
Terrebonne's really good.
Same play. Hughes on the little pass to the sideline, making guys miss. Will be tripped up at about the 26, 27-yard line. Gain of about 3 or 4.
And look, I want to shout out the wide receivers because every time we see these screen passes out to the wide receiver, whether it's to Dre, to Terrence, to Jarvis, these wide receivers are turning, dropping their hips, and they are blocking. They are blocking. It is very nice to see.
Any play that will result in a tackle inbounds here will likely be a hydration timeout on 2nd and 7. 6:22 to go. Mack will keep it. Will dive across the 25 to about the 23. Good positive gain. It'll bring up a 3rd and short. And that should bring us to the hydration break. And it will. So we will take it. A 1-minute timeout. South Lafourche gets a free timeout before a big 3rd down. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. 3rd down play. It'll be 3rd down and short. Figure you got 2 plays to get 3 yards here from the 23-yard line. Let's see how BJ tries to make the sausage here. Meathead in the backfield. He'll get the carry. They only need 1 play. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Meathead into the end zone. Big old surge from that offensive line. And the Tarpons, 3 drives, 3 scores. And BJ Young saying, let's get that point back. He's going for 2.
Not that I was the big motivator for him, but, man, these offensive linemen are playing hard. You'd love to see it. Big holes for Meathead. That was an extreme push. By the time Meathead got to the line of scrimmage, all 5 offensive linemen were 4 yards down the field with their defensive linemen. Extreme
unbalance here for the Tarpons. Little trick play. Mack will roll out. Flag on the play. It's probably going to be an illegal formation, and it's incomplete anyway. So we'll see. I think it's going to be 19-7. BJ is wanting to know what went wrong there. But right away the white hat gave an illegal formation sign, or maybe an illegal shift sign. And the ball was incomplete, so they're going to go ahead and decline it anyway. So let's take the timeout with them once more to get back on schedule. It's 19-7. We'll be back in 1 minute. Tarpons trying to play a little defense. We'll be back in 60 here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. But leaving a couple of points out there on those 2-point plays and the extra point miss. It's 19-7 our score. And there's the kick. A little pop kick. Boy, Pearl River better get under that one. They do. Bobble the catch. And then we'll work it up the field, and we'll be stacked up at about the 46-yard line. That was dangerous there. Good heads-up grab by the starting running back. That's maybe not the one you want to kick it to.
No.
But old big boy works up the field, and I tell you what, he nearly bobbled that one. That was dangerous.
It's a good call by whoever doing the special teams for the Tarpons. I'm kind of a little bit out of the loop, but there was a big hole. Coach Sanamo, there's a big hole between the first line and the second line. So pooch kick, a little bit strong possibly, but good eye. Good eye.
Was Durand on the return. Pearl River got 5:48 in the half to play with. And the Tarpon defense got a stop here. Be a much-needed stop. Carry some momentum into the lockers. Hutchinson with Durand in the pistol. They'll give it to Durand. Tarpon stack them up. Very little gain. Tell you what, man, as much as we talked about the big 230-pounder, it's really been Hutchinson more doing the damage on the ground, running the football. Tarpons have done a good job tackling the big fella.
Yeah, I don't know if Coach Collins on the other side is just trying to, get us worried and get us tired and then, spring Hutchinson, but I don't think he's utilizing them enough for their sake.
2nd and 8. Throw a little pass to the sidelines. Got some blockers out there cutting up the field, actually going the wrong way. There's a flag on the play. That's going to be on Pearl River. A receiver blocking a Tarpon defensive back grabbed hold of Jaden Lee's jersey. That one's coming back, and that will put the Rebels against the sticks. It was a gain of about 3, but now it's going to be 2nd and really long.
Advantage Tarpons. Pearl River not able to run the ball like they did last week, so a lot of the play action, or especially these draws that, like we said, I'm kind of surprised hasn't happened a little bit more, but the boots, the nakeds, the screen game, they haven't been able to do anything because they can't run the ball effectively. They're getting some yards, but it's not to their liking to get everything else set up.
So now the Tarpons do take the penalty. They had a little discussion. It would have been about 3rd and 6. Instead, they take 2nd and about 15. I think that's a great decision.
Take the yards.
Yep. Especially against a slow, plodding offense like this, I would absolutely back them up.
Yep. Make them earn all 14.
4:58 and counting in the first half. Hutchinson will be in the gun. 4-receiver set. Man in motion is Keisher. Hutchinson looking to throw, has time down the middle, incomplete. Good timing on the coverage there from number 5, Resdue flying in there making the play.
Great hustle play by him right there. Seeing that the receiver was open, he just had a beeline for him. Dove PBU.
And the Tarpons will now bring in some of the two-way guys for this snap. Terrence Petrie in on a 3rd and long. Big play here. If you could get a stop, maybe try to score before half, you could really grab control of this one. The crowd senses it as well. Trips to the right side of the formation. Hutchinson under pressure. He's hit, breaks out of pressure, keeps his eyes down the field. Looking to run. He's not going to get the first down. He's shuffled out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 11 for Pearl River.
Great containment right here. It looked like we almost got that big sack right there, but, man, good job on Hutchinson's part being able to escape, contain, and at least give them a chance. It looks like they may punt. It looks like they may go for it, but it's not a terrible situation where you 4th and a mile.
4th and long. It looked like it was Braxton Petrie who almost got him to the turf, and they do have the punt team out there. Terrence is standing at the 15-yard line. They're waiting on everyone but the punter, who just so happens to be the starting quarterback, which makes this a little dicey. So you got to be careful anytime that quarterback's out there as the punter. The Tarpons appear to almost being like a dime defense, and he will punt it away, and it's a beautiful kick. Goodness. Towards the sideline, bounces and rolls. Tarpons will be pinned in a hole. There's nothing Terrence could have done there. That was a beautiful kick from a good athlete.
Yeah, coffin corner right there.
So South Lafourche will have 4:29 to try to drive the length of the field and add on.
Let's hope going forward that we're not in a punting situation and you have basically Pearl River's offense being their punt team. You definitely don't want that.
Yeah, they were basically in a shotgun with their quarterback back out there, and he showed a big leg. Ball at the 11-yard line.
Still got plenty of football right here, but with 4.5 minutes left, the Tarpons can put some points on the board.
It's huge.
Even a field goal, and I'm not saying you nail in the coffin, but you put yourself in a great position.
Mack will step up in the pocket, looking to run. He's got a lot of green grass across the line of scrimmage. Got horse collar to the ground, and that will be called. I think that'll be 15 more on about a 4-yard gain. Well, there's a flag also at the 17. So we'll see. There's 2 separate fouls here. Let's see what they are. One's going to be a horse collar. Might be a hands to the face on the defense, too. A Tarpon offensive lineman lost his helmet. That's 56. Drake Terrebonne lost his helmet. And just looking at where the flags are, I don't think that flag on the 17-yard line is for the horse collar. I think that's for something on the offensive line. And the fouls will both be on Pearl River. Hands to the face and a horse collar. The Tarpons will take the 3 or 4 yard gain, add 15 to it, and that'll be a Golden Motors first down.
Yeah, the thing about these horse collar tackles, you obviously want to make sure after that happens that your player's all right because, ooh, Lordy.
Unfortunately, to your point, Mac did pop right up because, boy, when them legs drive into that turf and that horse collar, that could be a bad situation.
I.e. Jameis Winston.
Yep. Clock will roll, 4:20 and counting. That's not a bad thing for the Tarpons. They would love to grind this thing down, score right before the half. But they got a long way to go, just at the 28-yard line. Man in motion is Petrie. That's the strong side of the field, the right side of the field. Mack throws it down the middle to Jarvis. Jarvis will fall forward at about the 33. A little short, 3, 4, 5-yard gain. He'll take that. Safe pass.
Absolutely. Waste as much clock as you can going into halftime because Pearl River gets the ball to start the half. Don't even give them a chance to try and score.
3:43 and counting. As Brett said, Pearl River does get the first possession of the second half. Tarpons would love to be up 3 scores. We have a whistle and a stoppage. Let's see what we're stopping for. Maybe a timeout called by Pearl River. Not exactly sure what this is. We'll keep it here. We didn't get a clear signal. Yeah, that's not a timeout. It's just a brief official's timeout. So we'll be playing ball here in just a second. This is not a formal timeout either way. Thibodaux leading Landry 20-0. That's a scoreboard update brought to you by Patriot Marine Services. And you know, Brett, the more I watch this game, the more I see that score. Maybe Thibodaux's just really good. As the South Lafourche offense struggled with them last week, but boy, it's not been a struggle so far tonight.
The thing that makes me wonder, and we're blessed, we have them too, but when you get these college guys to come and coach in the high school ranks and they just have that wealth of knowledge and just make the high school guys see just a little bit more. Yeah, we're throwing a swing pass, but this is what we're looking for. You have more and more of that, and you love to see that. You love to see people come back and coach in the high school ranks, whatever sport it is. It just makes the sport, the game, that much better. And I think Thibodaux's going to have a good year. Got to go run the gauntlet with the River, but I think they're going to have a good season. I think they'll be able to get the wins that they want, and then they're going to be able to still fight against the teams across the river.
One-on-one, no safety help for Dre Hughes at the bottom of the screen. Instead, they give the dart a huge hole. How far is he going to run? 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, tripped up at the 19-yard line. That's a huge gain. His name is Meathead for a reason. That is a Golden Motors first down. Big old surge from that Tarpon offensive line, blowing him off the ball. Meathead did the rest.
Great run by Meathead.
And there's a flag on the play that I did not see. All the way on the opposite sideline, and it's an illegal shift, and it's all coming back. We didn't see that flag, but it was out there on the far sideline, right in the white of the 30, so we didn't see it. And that hurts. But, hey, run it again. Dare him to stop you.
Old school coaches, same thing, opposite side.
Yep. But now you're up against it 2nd and 11.
Understand its rules, but it really annoys me when it's the complete opposite side, nothing to do, and it still brings back that game.
The official, I think, waiting on the clock to run, and there it goes. There we go. We've had some issues with that tonight. 2nd and 11. Ball really in the middle of the field. Tarpons have trips to the right side of the formation. Mack will take the snap. Clean pocket, shoots a slant to Dre. Dre's got it. Tripped up at the 39-yard line, and he's got a Golden Motors first down.
Very late breaking route by Dre. I was starting to get concerned. I didn't know where Mack was throwing the ball. He threw it to the open spot, and Dre just found the ball.
Tarpon offense, when it is humming and like it is right now, it's going to be tough to stop. A lot of weapons, man. We've seen Jarvis, we've seen Dre, we've seen Haven Green, Terrence, Meathead. Everybody getting to eat tonight. Mack in the gun. Throw it down the seam. Wide open. Jarvis, 45, stacked up at the 42. It's another Golden Motors first down, a gain of 18. Tarpons could run it and throw it right now. They're carving them up.
Yeah, we control the tempo through the air, which is kind of hard to do. These defensive backs are tired. They're constantly running downfield and then having to chase down receivers to make tackles. These guys are tired. They desperately need halftime to catch their breath.
2:40 and counting. The Tarpons want to score with as little time left as humanly possible here. But, of course, if you could get it, you'll take it whenever you can. Meathead in the gun with Mack. Meathead will get the carry. Big hole. Driving near the 35. It's a gain of about 7. It's got to be a good feeling right now for a play caller like B.J. Young. He could run just about anything on that sheet. They're dominating him up front. They could run. They could throw. Everything has worked for the Tarpons on offense so far.
Yeah, and then also, obviously we want a touchdown, but we have a kicker.
Yep.
Let's see if we can maybe, if it, the way it plays out, we might get a little field goal action.
Inside of 2 minutes, 1:55 and counting. BJ saying, hey, hold up. Let's get set. It'll be a 2nd and 4. A Pearl River defense that looks tired. Can they find something in the tank here? Matt gets the snap. Throws it down the seam, and it's intercepted. That's what you did not want to have happen. Picked off by Pearl River, and they will be stacked up. The ball came out, and the Tarpons took it back. Now, there's a flag. I don't know if maybe it was a face mask, which would give the ball to Pearl River. But the interception by number 22, the Tarpons certainly pulled it back out and got it. Bowman on the interception, but I think it might have been a face mask on South Lafourche on the tackle, which would keep it with the Rebels. That is a personal foul. Nope, blindside block on Pearl River. Well, now what about the fumble situation? As they say, blindside block on Pearl River, that they said first down Rebels. It sure looked like South Lafourche pulled that football out. But the officials are saying it is Rebels' ball.
The ball was definitely on the carpet.
Oh, they returned it to the 41. They'll walk it off 15. But the Rebels now have a second win. They've got 90 seconds and maybe 2 straight possessions. Boy, that's a backbreaker.
Yeah, the pass was there, but also on the outside, Dre Hughes had his man beat. If Mack had the arm to throw it 45 yards, he could have maybe dropped it in a bucket in the end zone.
Pearl River Hutchinson throws it to the sidelines. Going to be caught, but they'll keep him in bounds. That's number 10 on the grab, Rogers. So the clock will continue to run. 1:18 and counting. They're at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, obviously we don't want the pick, but look at the glass half full. You give him that 15 yards going back, makes the field a lot longer for him.
Hutchinson under pressure. Down he goes. That's a sack. Brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. Braxton Petrie bringing him to the turf. And the clock continuing to run. 53 seconds and counting. That you could tell they don't want South Lafourche to get the ball back because they're not calling their timeouts.
No.
Now they'll call one. After some time ran off of the clock. 42 seconds to go. Coach Woods and his defense trying to find a little life right here before a big third down. I think the message here, Brett, is going to be keep everything in front. If we give up a 5-6 yard play for a first down, not a big deal, but you don't want to give up a big chunk play with 42 seconds left.
No, and a point of emphasis from Coach Young and Coach Woods, hopefully, guys, throwing the ball isn't their forte. Let's not get beat on that.
100%. Thank some of our sponsors for allowing us to be here today. We left off with Terrio Dua Ontario, so we pick up with Joe Septic Contractors. On call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for all your fencing and septic needs. Maritime Safety Solutions, providing service to the marine industry and a variety of fire safety equipment. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Golden Motors, where price is priority. Galliano Fresh Market, serving you since 1976. The Blue Boot Foundation, driving awareness of childhood drowning. And Henry LaFawn, Lafourche Parish School Board member, District 7. Big play here. Hutchinson throws it to the sideline, caught. The Tarpons are rallying and will stack him up at the 45. It is a first down. 6 seconds come off the clock. They get 7 yards on the play. That is number 17 on the ground, McGinnis. But if you're the Tarpons, that's not too bad. You give up 7 yards in 6 seconds. You'll take that trade with 36 seconds to go.
Absolutely. You want to try and keep it in bounds, but you know that's not always the case. I will say that a little bit that Hutchinson throws the ball, he is fairly accurate.
Yep. Just don't bite on any type of hitch and go or anything like that. Don't give up anything deep. Hutchinson sending Keisher in motion. They've got trips to the right side. Hutchinson will throw it as far as he can. He's got a man open, and it's going to be caught down there. The one thing that you cannot have happen right there is you get beat deep. He's brought down at the 16-yard line. The clock will stop as they reset the chains. Now the clock starts back. 25 seconds and counting. Pearl River's losing some time here. Down to 20 seconds. Hutchinson, low snap. The ball's on the ground, and I think the Tarpons got it. My, oh my, you speed up a high school offense. South Lafourche dodges a bullet. Isaiah Duncan comes up with the fumble. How does our president say that? Huge. That was huge right there for South Lafourche.
Huge, Casey. Huge.
Big turnover. We'll go ahead and call it a Terry L. Hunter III Foundation turnover. They were in a rush. They were losing time, and they just snapped it right off of the shins of Hutchinson. And then Duncan just slid in there and fielded a ground ball and dove right on top of it.
Yeah, I'm going with Coach Young on this. Let's take the knee. Let's go into the half. Let's circle the wagons, and let's come out exploding in the second half.
Looks like it'll be a kneel-down play, barring any trickeration. It is a kneel-down, and we're going to the half. South Lafourche will have a 19-7 lead. As we go to the lockers, Big Blue in control, trying to get their first win of the season. We'll be back in 3 minutes with our halftime report. Back in 3 here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. A half. Casey just clear with Brett Crosby. It is 19-7. Brett, I'm going to do just like we did at the pregame. We've got, 24 minutes of football left. The Tarpons are up 2 scores. Pearl River will have the first possession. What does South Lafourche have to do to continue to ride this wave and go ahead and take care of business and get to 1-1?
I mean, obviously you want to go 3 and out, but like I said before, Pearl River still has the ability to run the ball. It's still a close enough game that they can run the ball. As Pearl River, talk on their side first, obviously you want to go down the field, score a touchdown. To me, if they can do that in less than 5 minutes, that puts them right back in this ball game very, very easily, and you could still run the ball because you know the Tarpons are going to throw the ball, and you don't want to get, as the Tarpons, into those quick 3 and outs trying to be fancy and throw the ball. When the Tarpons in, obviously to start the half, we are on defense. You set the tone at the beginning of the game. You march down the field. You scored on the opening possession. Here's your chance. You at home. You have the crowd at your back. Get a 3 and out, or at least bend, don't break, like you mentioned earlier. Force either a turnover on downs or force them to punt in long yard situations. And that way you can kind of exhale a little bit and give your offense a chance. Give your senior quarterback, Josh Mack, the ball. Let him dink and dunk. Give the ball to Meathead. And let's start this half on the right foot and not let Pearl River get that opening score or a quick score at some point in this quarter and make this a ball game and make us start, sweating a little bit.
Love it. Pearl River will have the first possession. Reminder, tomorrow at 10 o'clock, we got the Sports Corner. We chat with a lot of the coaches around the area. Might even give old Brian Kale a call tomorrow, see how Tennessee is going for him, and hope that Coach Kale, and I know he's probably watching, listening, maybe a little bit of both. Hopefully he and the family are enjoying some downtime in Tennessee.
Yep, I hope he's enjoying his time off. His retirement seems to be going good.
Yep, he's enjoying himself. We're keeping him busy.
It's a good retirement. Come watch high school sports, call games, and then just go on vacations, go camping here and there.
That's what it's all about, brother. That's what it's all about. Tarpons will be kicking this ball away. I see Coach Sanamo talking to his his coverage team, rather, saying, hey, let's go down the field. Let's fly to the ball. All that good stuff. They still got 1:40 on the clock. Looks like the Tarpons will be kicking from, well, there's all sorts of confusion. Oh, they're telling him not to take the field yet because there's 1:20 on the clock.
Pearl River's ready. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. Both teams are out there. The band is off the field. Like, why can't we start right now? Our half and half drawing has just been awarded. I tell you what. I think there's a lot of really good things going on in South Lafourche High School right now. Truly, I think that Ms. Chasson is a rock star doing an unbelievable job. One of the smartest things they've done this season, and no one else would mention this except me because I'm crazy like that, you can now buy your 50-50 half and half raffle online. for us people who don't carry cash like me, that's genius, man. That's absolutely genius.
I mean, how much more smart can you be? Hey, let's give you, a chance to win some money, and you could do it sitting on your sofa.
100%. You don't even have to come to the game to buy one of them tickets. It's beautiful.
I tell you what, it's always great coming back on campus. The 4 years I was here, I loved it, and when I get a chance to come back, especially, like I told you earlier, and Coach Colley as well, for texting me, I'm enjoying myself being up here. It's great to be back on campus. It's always great being at Tarpon, and I miss the Friday Night Lights. Obviously, basketball season didn't start. I miss the hardwood too, but it's always great coming back home.
Amen. Amen to that. No place like home. The teams are on the field. Tarbs will be kicking from left to right. Circle will be kicking it away. Pearl River will have a couple of guys back there. Again, we apologize. We've not done the best job with the Pearl River names today. Again, we don't have an actual paper roster kind of combing through an iPad screen. We're doing the best that we can. But we've got most of them down now after watching a half a ball. Circle kicking it away. We've seen the pop kick. We've seen the deep kick. This is the deep kick, but it's going towards the sidelines. Will be caught at the 18-yard line. Tarpon's rallying to the ball, and Pearl River will get it to about the 40. That was, I believe, number 18 on the return, Albert Porter.
Case in point, half and half. Total is $1,800.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Go home with $900. I call that a win.
Absolutely.
And apparently they're giving away all kind of food with it too, different kind of sizes and stuff. That itself might be worth $300.
First and 10 for the Rebels of Pearl River. They're going to have Hutchinson and Duran back there. That has been the 1-2 punch throughout the night. In the gun, 4-receiver set. Actually a pistol, 4-receiver set. Strong side of the field to the left. Little swing pass out to the sideline. Tarpon's trying to rally, and they will. Very good open field tackle by Rez Due. Stopping the receiver, number 8, Kaisher.
Yeah, great open field tackle. I can't stress it enough. I've said it a couple of times. Those one-on-ones, you cannot lose them. Rez Due so far, 2 for 2.
Bring up 2nd and 10. Ball at the 39-yard line, just underway in the third quarter. Coach Woods giving some instructions to his defense. Would love to see a 3-and-out right here. Strong side of the field now to the right. I think Duran might be touching this one. Let's see. He is. Inside handoff, nice hole, and he lowers the shoulder. It'll be dropped at about the 48-yard line. It'll be about a yard short.
Yeah, great push by Pearl River. Offensive line right there. The Tarpons didn't get a hand on him. 5-6 yards down the field. Definitely not how you want to start defending the run. You definitely want to try and push them and hit them in the mouth and get some short yardage right here.
So 3rd and 1. First thing first, ball key. You got to watch the ball. Don't give it to him for free. Now let's see if you can maybe stop an inside run, or do they dare, knowing that they got 2 plays, do they dare maybe take a shot? Try to catch you sleeping. And, oh, that hurts. Wow, that hurts Pearl River. Number 12, Angel Perez in the slot. Got going early, a little twitch. And the difference between 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 6 is massive.
Yeah. Hutchinson got the ball out of the snap, and he had his foot planted in the ground. It looked like he was ready to pull that ball and run. I wouldn't be surprised if they still do it.
So now with a longer down and distance, it's a Pearl River team. We mentioned this throughout the broadcast. Only 1 penalty last week. They've already far surpassed that tonight. And that was a costly one there. Can the Tarpons make it hurt? Hutchinson swing it out there to the sidelines. Tarpon's trying to rally. It will be a first down across the 50. Picking through some blockers and dropped at the 42. That's number 12, Angel Perez. So that a boy, Angel, you have the penalty, and then you make up for it, get the big first down reception.
Stay in the good graces of the coaches.
I think it shows a lot of faith in Perez that they dialed him up right after he committed the 5-yard violation.
Absolutely. Very simple tactic. The Tarpons started the game out doing the same thing. Swing passes to the outside, to the wide side, make the guy miss. Pearl River doing the same thing right here.
Hutchinson and Duran in the gun. It's going to be a little hitch and go this time. The go is covered, and it's incomplete. The only person who had a chance to catch that one was Rez Due. Tarpons Tarpons had him bracketed. Good coverage by 13 also. Haven Green. Is that I don't think that's 13. Maybe 11. No, 10, I think. I think that's Castaneda on the coverage.
Look like Jack and Ress over there.
Jack made a good play. Haven came over the top, and he'll bring up a 2nd and 10. I think Hutchinson's going to keep one of these. Let's see if it's right here. Straight drop. Under a little pressure. And down he goes. Braxton Petrie got him. That's a tackle for a loss. Brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. Braxton has had a huge night tonight.
The Tarpons haven't blitzed too much, but they're making him count. The few times that they are blitzing, they're causing him to either get sacked or throw balls a little bit early. But credit to Hutchinson. He's playing hard. He's still throwing the ball very accurate outside that last pass that he threw out of bounds. But great sack by the Tarpon defense right there. Great push up front.
3rd and 15. Can the Tarpons force him off the field? Terrence in there in the secondary. Hutchinson waiting on the snap. He's got it. Has a clean pocket, steps up, looks to run, and he's got a big gain. 35, trying to bounce outside. 25-20, he might house this. That's going to go all the way for a touchdown on 3rd and long. Hutchinson broke contain and gets all the way in for a score, and we've got a new ball game. 19-13 the score, pending the try. Looked like there were a couple of Tarpons at the line of scrimmage that were in pursuit, but boy, Hutchinson turned on the afterburners and showed he's got some speed.
Yeah, he showed it early. He's shifty. He doesn't do anything special, but he can kind of juke and jive a little bit, and right there just showing his wheels, being able to run, 40 yards down the field with ease, looking like a gazelle.
Kick is up, and it is good, and Pearl River has shaved 7 off the deficit. It's up to the Tarpons to try to answer. They'll have their turn when we get back. 8:47 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 19-14. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Pearl River goes down the field and scores. Now the Tarpons will have their turn. Kick away. This one will be caught by Jarvis, and he'll be stacked up at the 30. Good return. The Tarpons will play 1st and 10.
Back to square one right here. Tarpons just need to line up. And I say go hat on hat, run the ball. Run the ball. At the end of the first half, we was able to run the ball. We was able to throw the ball with success. Those DBs and linebackers and really the whole defense was just tired. Now they had a few minutes to rest with halftime. Can we establish the run, wear them down a little bit more, start dinking and dunking, and get them wore out?
It's a big drive here for the momentum of this game. Pearl River just scored, made it a 1-possession game. Felt like the Tarpons were in control. Dardar, first down run, will be hit. Got a gain of about 2, maybe 2.5. And you could just hear the sounds from the other side of the stadium. Pearl River sideline kind of getting into it. Their fans getting into it. So this is a big drive right here.
Absolutely. You don't want to let these guys linger. Not saying that they're not a good team, but you had them where you wanted them. Don't let them linger.
Trips to the right side of the formation. We don't have a working play clock. We got to rely on the white hat official. No hand is up in the air, so we're not down to 10 yet. Dardar flanked out. Mack with a clean pocket as Petrie wide open. Catches it at the 45. Dives to the 43. That's a Golden Motors first down. Easy pitch and catch. I'll never know how he gets that open, but he does it about 5 times a game.
Yeah, I'm very, very interested to see what kind of offers these guys. Both Mack, too. Mack has a good touch of the ball. He has a good zip. But Terrence Pete, I can't wait to see what he gets.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Is it meathead time? Only 1 down lineman for Pearl River. They've got what looks to be 5 linebackers out there with a nose guard. Mack will sling it out there to Hughes. Hughes works up the field, lowers the shoulder, gets to about the 39. That's a gain of about 5. And, Brett, really, that's almost like a run play.
Yeah.
It's almost like an outside run play. You just throw it out there, let him work up the field.
Yeah, that's the new wave of football these days. You kind of throw these bubble passes to the outside, especially being on the short side. Extension of the run game, get into your ball carrier's hand and let him make a guy miss and get 4 and 5 yards up the field.
They mark it back to the 40, so it's a gain of 4 to be 2nd and 6. 7:26 and counting in the 3rd. Petrie in motion. He's going to be in the slot on the left side of the formation. Mack will hand it to Dardar. Big gain. Lowering his shoulder. Drops the hammer at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and it's another Golden Motors first down.
Very, very good battle. Not directly, but an indirectly battle between Meathead and Durand. Two good runners, tough nose, north and south. It's a pleasure watching kind of this old school style football.
7 minutes and counting. The Tarpons have another snap or two before the hydration timeout. And now you got to finish this drive. Go back up 2 scores and try to put your weight on them a little bit here.
Yeah, especially the fact they kind of threw the ball at will last drive. That got to open your eyes a little bit.
Petrie's on the right side of the formation. Jarvis on the left side. Terrence in motion. Dre flanked out to the right. Mack gets the snap. Will fling it out there to Petrie. Can anybody tackle him? He works up the field. He lost the ball. And Pearl River's got it. Wow, a couple of Tarpon turnovers. Letting the Rebels hang around. That's number 22 for Pearl River, who is on the fumble recovery. That is Bowman. And the Tarpons with a couple of mistakes, letting the Rebels hang around. 6:28 to go. They're going to be driving to try to take the lead.
Good play. Couldn't catch a number of the Pro River defender. He went to tackle Terrence, and it looked like he just kind of wrapped his arm around the ball. It looks like not that Terrence wasn't being loose with the ball, but I think just a great play by Pro River defender right there. Stripping the ball, and ball bounced their way, unfortunately.
So the Rebels will come on out. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. And boy, how many times have they been on the ropes and have just come back fighting? It'll be 1st and 10 from the gun here.
It's the kind of fighters you don't like fighting.
Inside handoff to the big boy. He breaks through the line. Look out. Lowers his shoulder, runs somebody over. Keeps chugging to about midfield. And boy, the momentum of this game has shifted. And it belongs to the Rebels right now. Big, strong run from Gage Duran.
That run could be what we talk about, unfortunately, if the Tarpons don't come out with a win. That could be the run right there that changed everything.
They don't have to run a play before the hydration break. They're on the line. They will not run a play, and that'll bring us to a 1-minute timeout. Pearl River driving, trying to take the lead. This game has changed in the 3rd quarter. 6 minutes to go. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. It is an inside handoff to the big boy out of the timeout, gain of about 3. As the hydration break, Pearl River puts it in the belly of Durand. He picks up about 4 to the 46-yard line. South Lafourche gave up a score on the first drive, got deep into Pearl River territory, had a fumble. And now Pearl River on the move, trying to take the lead here in the 3rd. 5:30 to go. Hutchinson with Durand. Inside handoff to the big boy, right in that wave. He's got about 5 more to be 3rd and 1. Early in the game, I'm sorry, Brett. Early in the game, the Tarpons were playing at their speed. Now Pearl River kind of leaning their weight on the Tarpons a little bit.
Yeah, the thing that still scares me is you know, they feeding Durand, but you still got Hutchinson just waiting, and he got fresh legs.
5 minutes to go. 3rd and 1 coming up. And a spread out shotgun set. There's the snap. They give it to Durand again. He lowers his shoulder. He's got it. Didn't get much, but he didn't need much. He picks up about 3 and gets a 1st down.
Yeah, can't stress it enough. You know, gang tackling, get them out. Yeah, they got the 1st down. It's going to happen, but don't let them get that big gain like he did a few plays ago. Bring them down 2, 3, 4 yards at a time. Get these guys back in the huddle.
4:30 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Pearl River on the go. Tarpons drove and were not able to score a minute ago. Let's see if the Tarpon defense can maybe force a turnover of their own. And when is Hutchinson going to pull one of these? He's been giving it to the big boy a lot. He's got it this time on a bootleg. He's got a lot of room to run. Instead, he'll drop it off to a receiver. Caught. Gain of about 8 or 9. That is Keisher. Everybody bid inside run. The quarterback could have ran it. Instead, he dropped it off to Keisher, and they moved the chains. They give him 10 and a 1st down.
To your point, like you said a little while ago, momentum going towards Pearl River, and just an extension of their offense, being able to run, and all of a sudden Play action pass, quarterback's able to kind of roll out, and he had the chance. He probably could have ran for 5 or 6 yards before he got touched, but threw the ball downfield. Pearl River, their playbook is starting to expand. Not a good look for us.
3:40 and counting. Hutchinson waiting on the shotgun snap, has a man in motion. It's an inside run to a smaller guy this time. That's not the big boy. Let's see if we could get an ID on that kid. That was maybe Petrie on the stop for the Tarpons, but that was maybe 20 on the carry. I have a hard time maybe on maybe James Lee. Sights on the carry. 25. Picked up about 2. 3 minutes and ticking. Pearl River playing that military academy style ball, grinding down that play clock.
Yep.
So outside run to Sykes this time, riding his blockers. Got a nice wave. That's another first down. Driving to about the 16-yard line. That Pearl River offensive line starting to impose their will a little bit.
Yeah, change of pace back right there. You kind of get the little scat back right there, and all of a sudden you got a three-headed monster, it looks like. And that's not what you want. 3 fresh legs that can just interchange. Not good for the Tarpons.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 15.
I'm trying not to be so pessimistic, but
it ain't looking good on the defensive side right now, but we still got a lot of game left. We'll see how it goes. Big boy back in there, Duran. Hutchinson has the snap. They give it to Duran. A little bit of a better job that time, but he still falls forward, picks up about 3.
Duran will carry the ball.
the one thing I'm pretty sure going forward, anytime Pearl River's in the red zone, it's 4-down territory. I have no inclination that they would even try a field goal.
Can the Tarpons get a desperately needed tackle for our loss, brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation? That would be so welcome right now.
Absolutely.
1 second and about 6. Hutchinson and Duran. Tarpons stacking the box. They give it to the big boy, trying to bounce outside. There it is. Tackle for a loss, brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. Braxton Petrie and Arez Due coming up. He lost about a half a yard.
Great pursuit right there by the Tarpons. Good push up front by the defensive line, too.
3rd and 7 coming up. Do they try to get the ball into Keisher's hands, number 8? That has been their go-to receiver when they have put it in the air. This is a big play in this game. 4th and 7 would be tough for this offense. Hutchinson waiting on the snap. Throws it to the sidelines. It's caught, making men miss, driving near the goal line. It is a first down. Number 12, Perez, got it.
He looks hurt.
And he is injured. He did not get into the end zone, but he did get the first down. And it's become such a chess match. Pearl River now doing some of those things the Tarpons were doing earlier, just throwing it to athletes in space, letting them go run.
Yeah, and to their credit, it's working. If it works, keep doing it. But that's the thing about football. You have so much space now with the way everybody's so spread out. You figure out where to find the pocket.
Yep.
You just throw the ball and you make a guy miss and you try and get them yards.
And look, I don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of plays, but you would think with 4 shots from the 1-yard line with Duran, Pearl River would be about to take the lead here. The Tarpons are going to have to try to stiffen up, force some kind of a turnover, something, but certainly feels like momentum is swung a little bit in the favor of the Rebels.
I am no fortune teller, but I foresee the Maryland Eye coming out.
Yep, I could tell you. Well, that's the formation coming in. Big 53, he was in the Maryland Eye last time. That is, let's see, 53 would be Mitchell. For those not familiar, Maryland Eye is an I formation, but there's 3 guys in the I instead of the traditional 2. And it's just basically we're running the ball downhill and you stop us formation.
And really, it's 2 defensive linemen playing fullbacks.
It's a bootleg by the quarterback, and he got in. Tarpons had good pursuit, but it is a 1-yard touchdown run from Hutchinson and Pearl River has a 20-19 lead. They would be wise for them to go for 2, try to make it a 3-point game.
Yeah, we had great pursuit. It looked like we would have get him for a loss, but, this guy's shifty. He has kind of sneaky speed to be able to get to the outside, and then, those 2 extra points coming back to haunt us.
Big 2-point play. Tarpons are capable of kicking a field goal. If you stop them here, a field goal later can maybe win it. The ball's at the 3-yard line.
We'd be fools to not see the same thing again.
Maryland I formation. Good on good. Hutchinson will give it to the big boy this time, and he gets in easily. Pearl River has all the momentum. There's a late flag on this one. Somebody's either going to be kicking off 15 yards farther or closer. We'll find out after the signal. But it is 22-19. We'll await the signal before we take our break. They're going to talk to Pearl River. I think this is going to be on South Lafourche. We have a dead ball personal foul. Nope, on Pearl River, offsetting. So it is an offsetting foul. We'll be back in a minute. Pearl River's now in front, 22-19. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. And it'll be fielded by Dre Hughes at the 12. Dre working up the field, waiting for his wall. Look out. He lowers his shoulder and will be dropped at the 40. Dre was one missed tackle, but he's also dinged. But he was one missed tackle away from running all the way to Golden Meadow with that one.
Yeah, a good return. Patient, waiting for his blocks to set up. Saw the C's port and just took off.
Ball at the 41-yard line. The Tarpons will play a 1st and 10. And now, look, the recipe's pretty simple. You just got to stop shooting yourself in the foot. The Tarpons have moved the ball at will in this game. They just have not been able to stay out of their own way. .27 seconds to go in the third. Dardar will be in the gun with Mack. Inside handoff to Dardar, lowers his shoulder, bouncing outside. Good run. It's a first down run on first down, gain of 11. It's a good start to the drive, probably going to be the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, good movement by the offensive line, getting a good push. A little shiftiness from Meathead right there. Saw a little side juke right there. Not often you see that from him.
The officials are signaling their timeout, and I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, there's an injured player. Duh, just there, that's why. Number 5 on the far sideline for Pearl River is hurt. Hopefully he's okay. This injury timeout brought to you by Thibodaux Regional Medical Center. That is Randall Bannister, who limps off the field. I think, Mr. Crosby, that we're about ready to be taking a 1-minute break, because I don't think South Lafourche will run a play here. The clock will roll on the officials' signal. Tarpons might get on the line, and if they got a look that they love, they might snap it, but I don't know that that'll be what happens here. Oh, they will snap it. Inside handoff to Dardar. Big gain. Lower his shoulder. And he's got about 9.5 more, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Put your seatbelt on, folks. We've got a 1-score game. We got a 3-point game. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. They thought it would be. Close, hard-fought ball game. The Tarpons are on the move. They gave Meathead a first down on that last run, so it will be 1st and 10 from the Pearl River 39-yard line. See if the Tarpons could retake the lead.
1st and 10 for the Tarpons.
Mack with Dardar. Dardar's had a big day. They give it to him again. Big hole, driving, lowering his shoulder. BJ, let me tell you something. You could do that over and over and over again. That Tarpon offensive line is getting a huge surge. That's a gain of 7 on that play.
Yeah, good way to answer back to Pearl River. Just run the ball. These guys are not tired. The defense is not tired. That was a big key to our first act success. We got them tired early. Hat on hat. Bring your lunch pail and your hard hat. Let's get to work. Let's run the ball on these guys.
2nd and 3. Tarpon's got to finish this drive with a touchdown. Dardar, little penetration this time, trying to get more, but a much better job by Pearl River. Big 42, the guy from the Maryland I formation. comes in there and makes a play. That would be Andrew Barron on the stop. It's a loss of a yard.
Yeah, a little miscommunication right there. We have a cutback block from the H-back coming in to try and secure the hole, and the pulling guard and the H-back hit each other. Probably the reason why that play blew up.
Dre's back out there. Dre was a little dinged after the kick return. Good to see him back out there. It's a huge play. 3rd and 4. Ball right in the middle of the field. Mack tries the hard count. Pearl River ain't going anywhere. Terrence is in the slot to the left. Dre outside to the left. Jarvis flanked out to the right. And BJ will call a timeout. So Coach Young wants to talk about it with his offense. We just took a break, and we are ahead of schedule on our commercials, so we'll keep it right here. What do you think BJ and his coaching staff are discussing right here before a huge 3rd down play?
Pearl River's been changing up their looks. Earlier, we made a note that they had 11 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Then they started playing kind of some two-shell guys. Now they're kind of playing all the DBs back, but everybody's up against the line. So you basically have 7 on the line, you have 4 back. So that look right there, I'm not quite sure with Coach Young. I know they got options on options for every play. But obviously the way that defense was kind of throwing me off too. I don't know what he had in mind, but definitely he kept calling that, looking at his call sheet, trying to figure out what he wanted to go off of that defense. Nothing kind of tickled his fancy on that.
It'll be the same formation, and I said Jarvis flanked out to the right. It's actually Brock Ogell flanked out to the right. Jarvis is at the tight end spot on the left side of the formation. 3rd and 4. You got 2 downs to get there. Mack making some checks at the line of scrimmage. Meathead with him. Mack will get the snap. He'll hand it to Dardar, and he's got the 1st down and more. Driving to the 25. That's a Golden Motors 1st down. And a little fisticuffs after the play. And a great job by Josh Mack getting one of his offensive linemen out of that scuffle.
Yeah, stay clean. This is not the time to do this at all. Looks like a Pearl River helmet came off. I think that's probably where this little kerfuffle came from.
Yeah, number 10 for Pearl River lost the helmet. That would be Rogers. So he will have to depart for a play. Clock will start. Ball is at the 26-yard line.
And a good, solid run on a 3rd down. 3rd down, and you'd say medium, but that was a great run. And you got to love that coach having confidence in his guys. Let's run the ball on 3rd down when usually we throwing the ball.
They give it to Dardar again. There's a flag on this play. He gets inside the 20, but I don't like where that flag has been thrown at the 25-yard line. I think it's coming back, and it is a hold on South Lafourche. And boy, Tarpons have found ways to shoot themselves in the foot today. A penalty deep in Pearl River territory will make it 1st and 20, and we'll see if the Tarpons could overcome it with 10:02 to go.
Yeah, Meathead getting some good pushes up front, finding some holes. You'd love to have a clean day as an offensive lineman, but at some point you're going to get the flag thrown on you. Couldn't quite see exactly where it was, but, that hole opens up. You got to start scratching your head and wondering when it's going to come, when that flag's going to come.
Can you get the penalty yardage back? 1st and 20. They're still resetting the chains out there. 10:02 to go. It's 22-19. Pearl River on top.
We don't have virtual chains over here?
No. High school is not yet adapted to the virtual chains.
Man, with all the cameras and wires, I thought we had virtual chains.
They'll actually mark the ball back to the 36, which will make this 1st and exactly 20. Mack gets the snap. Shoots it down to Meathead. Meathead will lower his shoulder, not get much. And that's one where the coaching staff is looking and saying, man, Josh, you had Dre down the field wide open. That's one where I think the Tarpons should have maybe taken a shot.
Yeah. It looked like Mack had enough time to do it. Maybe a good pump fake, and he gets one of the two. You had Dre going down, and you had, Terrence kind of running a deep out. Try and get a big chunk of them yards back, but, man, trust Meathead to do it. It's hard when you just have the ball just 2 yards down. Oh,
down the seam to Petrie on the next play, and it's incomplete off the fingertips.
Helmet.
Terrence got leveled, and he's slow to get up. No flag comes out. It will be 3rd and long.
Where's the flag on that? That was helmet to helmet. It was incidental, but that was helmet to helmet.
And Terrence is hobbled, and now the Tarpons have 2 huge plays to try to get 19 yards. See if BJ has a rabbit in his hat here. That last one would have been a gain of about 12 or 13 to Terrence if the throw would have been on the money. Mack tries the hard count. They don't bite. It is 1-on-1 at the bottom with Hughes. They're giving him a little cushion. Flanking Meathead out. Mack has time. Will shoot it down the seam to Petrie. He's got it. He's fighting, and I think he's got the first down. How does that young man get open on that situation? 3rd and 19. He goes up in traffic and makes the play for a ginormous Golden Motors first down.
Yeah, it looks like we have another Pearl River guy down.
Looks like a dead red cramp. And, Brett, to your point, at the end of the first half, they were tired. Maybe they were starting to see that a little bit where they're kind of getting worn down some. But, man, 3rd and 19, BJ calls the number of his best player, and his best player delivers.
Absolutely. It seems I still don't understand how Terrence gets so wide open, but you got to credit that also to, play scheming, route running. This wheel route that Terrence gets open, I don't know if he just has a great fake and it looks like he's catching this quick little bubble screen and he turns it upfield. But this wheel route has been very successful. He scored on it last week against Thibodeau. And look, dead taxes and Terrence Pete, he didn't catch a touchdown, but dead taxes and Terrence Pete catching the ball when you need it most.
27 was the injured player. That is Jonte Maryland. I tell you one thing about this Pearl River team, and I keep looking down at the roster, just about every name that I'm calling out is like a sophomore, junior. This is a young football team. They're going to be really good by the end of the season. They're not too shabby right now.
No, this is a very impressive team to watch. Not big in numbers, very physical, well coached, and they're going to be very successful in the next couple of years, possibly including this year.
Hughes in the backfield this time, gets the carry, a little stretch run, trying to turn the corner. Dre cutting in. Dre inside the 10 to about the 5. It was almost Dre Day right there. Hughes gets down to the 5, and he's slow to get up. Dre has been a little slow to get up a couple times today. We also have another cramp on the Pearl River defense. Number 5 is cramping. That would be Bannister. Dre's locking up a little bit too. I think he's got a cramp.
Yeah, I think the night's starting to catch up to the guys. It's not extremely hot, but I mean, look, these guys are playing. Dre's not so much playing two-way, but you got to figure he's returning kicks. That plays a factor into it. I'm thankful that we've gone this long before we start having the problem. We don't want it at all, but luckily these guys, seems like we're a little bit better conditioned than we were last week.
Injury timeout brought to you by Thibodeau Regional. Bannister will limp off. Dre's getting stretched out on the sideline. They're going to have to move him off. He picked up 9 on the run. We know what it would be here if Pearl River had the ball. It would be Maryland I. Can the Tarpons drive it in the same way that the Rebels did?
I've seen BJ throw a full house in every once in a while. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I got my buddy BJ Estev that's grilling me right now. And, buddy, I'll tell you what a full house is later on.
Tush push coming up, and it's a false start. They were pushing the quarterback before the snap. I mean, guys, what are we doing? You got to wait for the ball to be snapped. That's 5 yards back. It'll go from 2nd and 1 to 2nd and 6. Costly penalty.
Yeah. It's always at the most inopportune times.
Oh, we were talking about it. It's this team that right now just has a hard time in the clutch situations getting out of their own way. Let's see if they could change it here. They'll give it to Dardar. Breaks a tackle, bouncing, lowering his shoulder near the goal line.
He crossed.
He's down at the 1. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 yard line.
But still, that's a Tarpon.
Yeah, and getting back to that point about the penalties a little while ago, it's not like we got a bunch of first-year starters that you're still working out. These are guys that are battled. A lot of these guys played as sophomores in multiple sports.
Tush push coming up maybe. I-form set. Inside handoff to Dardar. They're driving.
Touchdown.
He's in easily. Tarpons are going to get into the end zone. Big, strong, physical drive from South Lafourche. They retake the lead. It's 25-22 with 7:49 to go.
Penalty aside, great drive by the Tarpons. The defense, now is your time.
Yep. South Lafourche is one stop away from feeling real good. The problem is that one stop has been eluding them. And this is a big field goal try from Circle to try to make it a 4-point game. Snaps a little low, the kick is up, and it is right down the middle. So the Tarpons do add 7 to the lead. Coach Ray Plaisance is fired up. I'm fired up. 7:49 to go. Brett's fired up. We'll be back in 1 minute with the Tarpons' turn to try to get a stop here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Let's roll. The Tarpons will kick it away. A long scoring drive for South Lafourche makes it 26-22, 7:49 to go. Figure if the Tarpons get one defensive stop, they'll feel real good about this. This is a wobbly kick towards the sideline, takes a Tarpon bounce, but it does roll out of bounds. That's not the worst thing, though, Brett, honestly, because they'll start at the 35. They've been starting at the 40 or the 50, so that's really not the worst thing in the world that could have happened.
No, it's not. You just don't like to see that kind of stuff. That's something that definitely could be controlled.
I think Pearl River might make them kick this again, to be honest with you. Oh, it looks like they're bringing their offense out. They'll say we'll take it at the 35.
No, Casey, they've been ready to play since 6:15. They ready to roll.
Right. They took the field at 6:45. We were wondering what the heck were they doing. They're trying to win a ball game on the road. 7:49 to go. Tarpon defense trying to stiffen up one time. Inside handoff to the big boy. The Tarpons are on him this time. What
Nice.
a tackle. Bo George is on the stop. Maybe gain the yard.
Big Sawyer Wells, too, pumped up right there. Feel like a German suplex for a tackle.
2nd and 9. 7:24 and counting. At what point do they fling one down there to the slot and dare the Tarpons to make a tackle? Because that has been a big weapon tonight, too. Hutchinson waiting on the snap. Another inside handoff, another no
stop.
gain. Tarpons all over it. Defense with a little life. Sawyer Wells again.
School of Tarpons, baby. School of Tarpons.
And it'll be 3rd and awfully long. 3rd and 9. If the Tarpons could force a 3-and-out here. Again, how does he say it? Huge. It would be that. But a long way to go. 6:40 to go. Hutchinson in the gun. He's got a 4-receiver set. Steps up in the pocket, looking to run.
Get him. Get
He's
him.
breaking tackles. He's got the first down to the 48-yard line. I don't think it was a design draw. I think the quarterback just decided, I'm going to go be a dude, and he broke some tackles and showed that he is a dude. That was a very nice run.
He's been a spectacular player so far, whether it's on his feet or throwing the ball. It's been a pleasure watching this guy, but man, it's disheartening. You got Pearl River in 3rd and almost a mile, and he's able to get it on his own.
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. 6:25 to go. Hutchinson will look to throw down the seam. Oh, that was a little miscommunication there. Tarpons have a cramp. Number 6, Tyrese Edwards, who is in coverage, but an incompletion will make it 2nd and 10. 6:22. This injury timeout brought to you by Thibodeau Regional. The shame of it for both teams is it's right before a hydration break. But Tyrese is the guy getting stretched out right now. We hope it is just a cramp.
Yeah, real quick, Casey, one of my buddies, David Ford's at the E.D. White game. He just texted me. It's 24-13 Jesuit with 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Scoreboard update brought to you by Pelican Marine Services. Terrebonne leading Ellender 42-0. That's a running time game. We'll check on my boy Cole out there at Thibodaux, see what we got there for a scoreboard update. Thibodaux leading 27-7 in the third quarter against Landry. Tyrese limping off, walking very gingerly. I don't know that one's a cramp. That one might look like a roll.
Yeah, a little serious. He was tied up with the receiver. Possibly a seam route on the receiver. They got tied up, man. I hope there's nothing serious with Tyrese. Very important piece on the Tarpon defense.
And look, hopefully the Tarpons don't have to punt tonight, but he's one heck of a punter too. 2nd down and 10 coming up. 6:22 to go. The base cannon will be kicking in just a second before this 2nd down play. Hutchinson. Play action. Bootlegs out. Tarpons have pursuit. Joao levels him. He throws it incomplete. Arujo met Hutchinson, and then down the field in coverage, number 19, Yair Torres with the breakup. 3rd and 10.
Great pursuit by Joao and a smart hit. Not getting a penalty. Bailing these guys out. Joao showing off some speed to catch him on that long, naked boot.
I think for the first time all season, we're seeing Meathead come into the game on defense. Tarpons laying it all on the line. Dardar will be playing a little linebacker. We'll see if he could get through and maybe meet the quarterback if he opts to run. 3rd and 10. They've got to get to the Tarpon 41. Hutchinson in the gun. Gets the snap. Steps up.
Got him.
Petrie hits him. Jarges hits him. Down he goes.
Boom.
The Tarpons rally, sling him down. Meathead was one of the guys in on the stop. It's 4th and a mile. It's a hydration break. We're fired up. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. And do they dare try something fishy here? The Tarpons are just in a base defense, so they're going to have to do it against a regular defense. There's the snap.
It's a punt.
He does kick it away.
Another nice one.
Terrence will catch it at the 20-yard line. Now, here's the recipe. 5:54 to go. South Lafourche is up 26-22. If the Tarpons score a touchdown here, you're feeling real good about this. If the Tarpons stack 5-6 first downs together, you're feeling real good about this. But you got to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, let's get back to basics. Let's run the ball. Now, look, we've been having some success throwing these swing passes. We've said it multiple times, an extension of the run game. We got to bleed down, 3-4 minutes, and even if we pin them deep, barring a turnover or a punt, and they're having to go the whole distance of the field, you feel a little bit better on defense, but getting a score, obviously, Casey, like you said, that's the ideal part.
Meathead has kind of imposed his will in the last drive. He's going to get the first carry here. Shakes a tackle, lowers his shoulder, gets about the 27. It's a gain of about 5. Brett, you mentioned at the end of the first half, you said, I think Pearl River's defense is tired. We saw a couple cramps at the end of the last drive. Can the Tarpons finally break that brick wall here as the clock continues to run, 5:30 and counting?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see when Pearl River is going to decide to start using timeouts, if and when.
2nd down and about a long 4. Inside give to Dardar. Big hole, lowers his shoulder. 1st down and more. Still driving to the 42. Meathead just not going to be denied on that one. That's a Golden Motors 1st down. Move the chains, keep that clock grinding down.
Ice cream, right?
Ice cream and not asparagus, Coach.
Great run, physical run.
Inside of 5 minutes.
And this got to be ideal for the Tarpons with this one down lineman and 4 linebackers standing up. You should be able to get a good push for guys standing straight up right away.
Another give to Dardar, driving again across the 45 to about the 46-47, gain of about 4 or 5 more. Clock continuing to run, 4:36 and counting.
Yeah, simple game of leverage here. You got one down lineman, everybody standing up. That gives us the advantage right off the snap. Lineman coming up, pushing. that gives us a huge advantage. 4 and 5 yards at a time. How many yards you need for a first down?
10.
Yeah, you do that twice, 3 times, you should get a first down.
4:15 and counting. Tarpon's taking their time. 2nd and 6. Dardar, inside give. I think he's got the first down. South Lafourche, I think, just caught a break. I don't know if you saw it. I think Mack went to his knee when he caught that snap. That would have been disastrous.
I didn't see that. I'm still looking at the push of the offensive line because
they're driving him.
Pearl River went back down to 4 down linemen, and we still driving them off the ball. It looks like we kind of almost could do what we want running the ball, which is what we want.
Timeout, Pearl River.
Yep.
They are seeing the sand fall out of the hourglass. Now it becomes a situation, 3:59 to go. You're about 2-3 first downs away from winning this ball game, especially with them taking some of their timeouts. And the question becomes this. If they sell out and give you a crazy look, everything in the box, do you dare put it in the air, knowing that if you get by them, you maybe hit a touchdown and win the game? But there's also been times, Brett, where Coach Rafe Plaisance says, we tell BJ in the offensive huddle, if you throw the ball again, we're fighting you. So is this one of those times where the offensive staff says, hey, BJ, we're winning on the ground. Let's keep the ball on the ground.
Well, it's always good when you have the assistant coaches that can keep you in check like that. And I would be scared to fight Rafe. I've been knowing him and his family for a long time. I still don't want to fight Rafe, as nice as he is. But, look, you running the ball at will this last drive, keep on running it. As good as our receivers are and as good as Josh Mack is, why put the ball in the air when you're getting 3 and 4 and 5 yards a run?
First and 10. They give it to Dardar again. Big hole again. Lowers his shoulder across the 45 to the 43. It's a gain of 5. Pearl River will not call a timeout this time. They will watch some more time grind down. 3:45 and counting. Doing the math, 40 seconds per play. They've got 2 timeouts left. Tarpons are about 2-3 first downs away from icing this thing. 2nd and 6. Try a hard count. They got him to flinch. Boy, does that hurt Pearl River. It'll be 2nd and 1. And, boy, you talk about the first downs that Pearl River cannot afford to give up. Now the Tarpons are 1 yard away from another one of them.
Yeah, right here, clock is your friend. Burn the clock, burn the clock. Even if you're getting 1 and 2 yards, Pearl River still has a couple timeouts. Burn the clock.
And what that does, the clock doesn't stop, so the clock continues to roll. You reset the 40. That's even more time you could drain off here. 3:10 to go. 2nd and 1. Inside handoff to Dardar. He's got the first down. Hold on to the ball, buddy. That's the only thing that matters at this point. He's got a first down to the 30.
Shout out my wife again. She always likes to make fun of me while I'm watching football, and she always screams, hold on to that ball, Petey.
That's great advice right now, but that's one of the only things that would hurt the Tarpons. They can't score if they don't have it. And 2:50 and counting. Pearl River has 2 timeouts. The Tarpons are in a good spot, but the fat lady's not singing yet. 2:36 and counting. You figure after this play, they're going to have to call a timeout. Play clock down inside of 10. Matt gets the snap, hands it to Dardar, lowers his shoulder, driving, gets it to about the 27. Pearl River will not call a timeout. Boy, that's a little surprising. They'll let this thing grind down inside of 2 minutes.
Yeah, that makes you scratch your head right there. It is the coach basically saying, I don't know what we can do, but, I mean, you got to give yourself a chance. You got to call them, save the time.
Tarpons going a little no huddle here. Now they're not going to snap the ball until it's time, but not letting them make any substitutions is what they're doing. 1:53 and counting. Play clock still not inside of 10. Now it's inside of 10. They'll snap this at about 1:40. There's the snap. Mack will keep it. Boy, what a read. He gets down near the first down. That is such a gutsy read from Josh Mack there, knowing everybody in the world thought that a meathead was getting that ball. Matt keeps it and nearly gets the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2. Pearl River calls their second timeout. Brett, the Tarpons are 2.5 yards away from winning this game.
Yeah, look, Great pull by Josh Mack. I mean, look, you running Meathead up the middle the last 6-7 plays. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was something that Coach Young pulled up and said, look, this is your chance to pull it. All you need to do is get positive yards, get closer towards the sticks. Don't have to get it, but give us a chance. And here we are, 2.5 yards from basically being able to seal this game.
They have one timeout, Pearl River does. There's 1:31 to go. If the Tarpons, it'll be a third and about 2.5. If they convert, it's victory formation, adios amigo. And you got 2 plays to get it. It would be hard for me to not put it in 21's belly twice here.
Yep. I'm for sure. If I'm 4th and 1, a long one, I'm still giving it to 21.
Mack waiting on the snap. It's to Dardar. Driving. That might be a wrap. I may be a little short. BJ thinks he's got it. I don't think with the spot that he's been given he got it. Pearl River is not calling their final timeout, which is crazy.
Wow.
Unless if they don't have one. Did they call another timeout maybe and we just didn't realize? They must not have it. There's no way they wouldn't be calling it, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, anybody.
Inside of a minute. Tarpons come with a hard count. They're not going to snap the ball here. They're going to let the play clock burn down to 1, and they will call a timeout. At 50 seconds, the play clock is down to 10. BJ will call a timeout right at about 42 seconds or so, 45 seconds. And now it's this simple. The Tarpons get a yard, they're 1-1. Tarpons don't get a yard, they're going to have to play a little prevent defense and try to get a stop. But Pearl River apparently has to be out of timeouts, or else they would have called one right there, certainly.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how we missed the first one, unless that was earlier.
Miss Angie's saying that they think they got one. I think they got one. I think it'd be crazy to not have called it right there.
It's a gutsy call on the coach's part on their end. If he's that confident that he could get the stop and he has that one timeout in his pocket, if he's going to try and get a game-winning drive. But, look, I'm the Tarpons right here. Some people would try and draw off sides and get the free yards. Right here, hey, look, we're going on 1. Right up the middle.
Blow them off the ball.
Exactly.
I like you. I don't want the hard count here. I'm afraid that I would move early.
Yeah.
Go on 1, blow them off the ball. Let's win the game.
Especially with the Tarpons still having a little bit of problems with false starts. Not as bad tonight compared to last week, but you definitely don't want to put you guys in that position.
Under
on
center.
1.
Let's see what they got. Hughes in motion. Mack. It's a toss. Oh, it's wide open. Good night, Irene. That is a first down, and that's a wrap. It is a first down to the 17-yard line. They gave it to Jarvis, and South Lafourche is going to get a win. It is victory formation time in Galliano, baby. Pearl River might not even call their timeout if they have one. If not, they might not even have to snap it again. But what a physically imposing drive right there. And the Tarpons are going to get to 1-1. They know it. Them boys are fired up.
What a great ball game, though.
Yes, this is a great game.
What a great ball game.
Physical, hard-fought ball game. The Tarpons are going to get the win. The teams are lining up. And our final score, South Lafourche 26, Pearl River 22. We'll be back in 1 minute to wrap things up here with South Lafourche getting a huge win. We'll be right back in 1 with our postgame show here on KLEB.